Manual's Educational Service Plan. My name is Brandy Hess, and I am the case manager that has been assigned for Manual. First, let's discuss how to build a sense of community between home and school. It is very vital that each teacher effectively and consistently communicates with Manual's parents. There are many strategies the classroom teacher or special education teacher can implement to maintain a positive relationship. These strategies are: communicate with them on a regular basis, get to know the parent audience and find the best way to contact them. Example, text, phone, email, letter, etc. Use active listening. Provide, seek to clarify information. Hold parent-teacher conferences. Meet with parents often to explain how Manual is doing. Use digital tools such as Remind, Parent Square, or Seesaw Learning Journal, all of which foster parental involvement. We will continue to discuss how to build a sense of community between home and school. One of the most important aspects of respectable relationships, is whether it is between school personnel or with Manual's parents, is building and maintaining trust. Ways to gain trust of parents and other school personnel. Get to know parents and educators. Ask questions and answer questions they may have. Provide feedback of what you see when working with Manual. Keep communication going and keep it honest and open. Always maintain confidentiality. Build relationships between parents and other school personnel. Use consistent collaboration that utilizes each person's strengths and skills. Have respect. And last but not least, let the data drive the decision making. Misunderstandings may occur with Manual's parents. Possible communication barriers. Language barriers. Communication will need to be in both English and also provided in Spanish. We may have different priorities, some due to cultural differences. Some may not be ready to listen to other suggestions. Throughout the group, schedules may be conflicting, in which there may not be time for face-to-face meetings. Rather, we may have to use other means to communicate. There may be misunderstandings through written communication, as there is a lack of nonverbal cues or immediate feedback. One person may be upset or even anxious, thus creating a very challenging setting. It is vital that all team members or stakeholders know and can explain Manual's IEP goals, accommodations, and modifications. Manual's IEP goals are: reading and writing accommodations. Provide extra time for Manual to complete activities and/or assessments. The use of technology for spell check when writing. The use of technology for speech to text for writing. The student will be offered time in the study carrel with headphones to eliminate distractions. Extra time to allow Manual to process new information. Reading and writing modifications. Manual will build his vocabulary through the use of games in the classroom. These examples of games are Scrabble, catchphrase, upwards, and gestures. To build Manual's reading comprehension, we will provide audiobooks. Graphic organizers will be implemented as a means to track Manual's new content knowledge. We will be breaking down assignments into smaller steps that are much easier for Manual to complete successfully. The transitional post-secondary accommodations. We will reduce Manual's course load, only allowing a couple classes to be taken at a time, so Manual is not easily overwhelmed. How Manual's parents can help at home. Parents can help encourage Manual to become more involved in school activities, thus strengthening his communication and social skills while also helping build his peer relationships. They can provide support at home by proofreading his work, provide support by reading with Manual when he's doing his homework. Provide emotional support for Manual, as this will build his strengths and heighten his personal interests, and play games that center around spelling, such as Scrabble, catchphrase, upwards, and gestures. Implementing effective collaborative communication strategies will maintain an honest and professional environment for all participants. These strategies are: gain trust from team members by keeping confidentiality, maintain a positive attitude throughout all situations, recognize and appreciate each group's members' knowledge as well as their strengths, find weekly time to collaborate and plan instruction as well as evaluate student progress, use brainstorming when communicating ideas and thoughts and problems, balance roles and responsibilities equally. We now will look at how to appropriately and effectively deal with conflict that may arise between team members. Do not use or say or share personal feelings. Use consistent and honest communication to maintain the focus on what matters most, which is Manuel and his academics. When conflict arises, as it will at times, ask questions so that you can make things more clear and understandable for others. Understand that conflict can be a direct result of cultural differences and recognize each of the team members and their strengths, skills. This tip sheet was created to provide valuable tips for professional educators to reference. These tips are: stay positive, be honest, be respectful, be prepared for meetings, designate time for weekly team planning, recognize everyone's strengths, welcome all ideas and thoughts, celebrate student growth together, be open-minded, make sure decisions are data-driven and student-centered, know your own personal strengths and weaknesses, and support your teammates. Next, we will discuss which service delivery model best suits Manuel's academic needs. The service delivery model that I have chosen for Manuel that I feel will be most beneficial is co-teaching. Co-teaching involves collaborating with other professionals in planning and implementing learning activities with students. In the co-teaching environment, there is usually one general education teacher and one special education teacher, all of which are in the general education classroom setting. This setting allows educators to meet the diverse needs of Manuel and his peers by evenly distributing and implementing the implementation of assessments while also creating differentiated instruction. The role of the special education teacher in co-teaching. By Manuel being placed in a co-teaching classroom environment, he will excel as this environment is designed using scaffolding one-on-one with an educator as well as small group instruction. While the special education teacher is working with Manuel and like peers, the general education teacher can be working with the remainder of the peers and provide the same instructions and materials. Co-teaching and Manuel's IEP goals and academic needs. When reviewing Manuel's IEP recommendations, it is shown that he would do better being placed in the general education classroom setting to receive instruction, interventions, and accommodations. The co-teaching environment allows this to take place while making sure that all Manuel's needs are being met. Manuel will have support from the special education teacher. Manuel's IEP also recommends that he be allowed extra time to complete his work, that his assignments and lessons need to be broken down into smaller pieces, and that graphic organizers should be used to track his understanding of new material. The use of visual aids and the use of audiobooks should be used to further understand and comprehend his reading materials, all of which can be done and supported through the use of co-teaching environment. Manuel's transitional services contains three crucial components: self-determination, self-advocacy, and person-centered planning. Self-determination. Teaching and promoting self-determination skills for students to goal-oriented and driven throughout their adult life is vital. The strategies and skills that will be taught will teach Manuel how to face challenges and difficulties throughout his life. Manuel's IEP needs to contain self-determination goals that will teach him the importance of effort and drive while also including his hopes, dreams, and interests. Self-advocacy. When looking at self-advocacy, I want to explain how vital it is that Manuel be involved in the decision-making regarding his future. Manuel must be able to advocate for himself, letting others know what he wants and needs, and also how to express himself in the community setting. Self-advocacy is a vital life skill that Manuel will need to have in order to be a functional member of the community or workforce. Person-centered planning. Those that love and support Manuel should ensure that transitional planning is set in place for after graduation. Manuel's needs, wants, and interests need to be molded into what he will do later in his career life. The team members need to allow Manuel to be the biggest part of this decision-making process when planning, even if they don't like his choices or do not agree. While planning transition services, our team must also plan transition goals that will guide him to thrive and obtain his independence. Goals for daily living. 1. Manuel will learn and implement daily personal hygiene skills such as showering, brushing teeth, combing hair, and using hygiene products. This way he can keep himself clean and healthy independently. 2. Manuel will learn and use financial literacy skills such as paying bills, shopping, and managing his money. This will also ensure that independence, as he will understand how to budget his own money. Goals for personal and social skills. Manuel will have and keep positive relationships with his friends and family and other people he may know. Manuel will initiate a social conversation or simply even a greeting independently to a coworker or those in the community once a day without prompting. Goals for occupational guidance and preparation. Manuel will arrive on time every day and be prepared for work. Manuel will properly clock in and out with a time card, and Manuel will perform the job that is given to him. Lastly, our team must take the time to educate Manuel's parents on their role and responsibilities in the transition plan. Manuel's parents need to collaborate with the transition team while advocating for Manuel's wants and needs. They need to acknowledge Manuel's strengths, support Manuel's personal interests, set Manuel up with a personal bank account, and show him how to budget his money. Take him on shopping trips, allowing him to purchase his own items and pay for them. Promote good hygiene by providing reminders. Practice communication skills at home with Manuel. Look at post-secondary programs with Manuel so he is comfortable with the transition process. Identify Manuel's personal interests. Encourage Manuel to make new friends. Practice communication in the community. Lead by example when trying to help him with his skills and meeting his goals. Lastly, stay actively involved in the transition process and be supportive to Manuel during this transition. References.